When I first started budgeting, I neatly laid out our monthly bills, added in groceries and clothing, and I had my categories. I thought I was done. And then reality hit, and I realized there are so many things I forgot to budget for. My emergency fund was constantly depleted because everything outside my normal bills felt like an emergency. I realized I wasn't really having constant, unexpected emergencies. I wasn't getting frequent visits from zombies or being abducted by aliens. The real problem was that I was forgetting to budget so many things that I should have seen coming. I needed to start doing a better job of budgeting so my normal expenses stopped feeling like emergencies. If you use the app You Need a Budget like I do, this is what they call rule number 2, embrace your true expenses. I'll include my link at the end of this video to my video about why I think YNAB is the best budget software. But this is a big problem for new budgeters. In case you're struggling with this same thing, I want to talk to you about the most common things that new budgeters forget to budget for. They tend to fall in a few basic categories. The first is predictable bills that aren't monthly. This could include yearly things like an Amazon Prime membership or a Costco membership, or maybe your driver's license or license plates that are yearly or every few years. There are also some bills that might be quarterly or twice per year. Things like car insurance or some tax bills fall into that category. My city also bills for sewer once per year. With some things like car insurance, you might be able to use your new budgeting superpowers to get a better deal by switching from monthly to yearly or twice yearly billing. Usually this will save you a bit of money over monthly billing. The next category of things people often forget are seasonal budget items. This isn't a once per year expense, but something that you have to pay multiple times, but only for one season of the year. For me, this includes summer camps for my kids and spring lawn and garden things like plants and mulch. You might also have a seasonal service that you hire for, like snow removal. The next category is repairs. When I started budgeting, I think this was one of the biggest eye-openers for me. I realized I needed to treat car and home repairs as expected expenses, not some kind of out-of-the-blue emergency. It's true that I don't know when those expensive repairs will come, but as someone who owns 2 cars and a house, I have to be realistic that those repairs will happen, and I need to have pretty sizable budget categories for these things. I feel like after you start budgeting for repairs, the next level of budgeting is learning to plan for replacements of things. We all want to believe that our possessions will last forever, but we need to face the reality that they won't. We need to be saving for our next car, but also our next phone or our next TV if we expect to replace those things. Phones can be a big one. If you buy a $1,000 phone every 3 years, then you should be putting away $27 a month for it. Now, we could have a conversation about whether you need a new $1,000 phone every 3 years, but that's a personal value judgment. And if you know you will buy that new phone, then just prepare for it. Don't act like it's a surprise. Next up is irregular expenses. They're the things you know are coming, but you're not sure when. I suppose this is sort of like repairs, but it's a little bit broader. Healthcare is a big one for my family, unfortunately. You may have monthly health expenses, but you often don't know when those big healthcare expenses might happen. School-related expenses are another irregular budget item that tends to surprise me a bit. School fees, school field trip fees, fundraisers, and supplies for school projects can all add up. The next category is future wants. Sometimes when we start budgeting, we like to think that we're going to cut down everything to the bone. We'll never spend anything on anything fun anymore. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Instead, I think we should be realistic about things that we want to do in the future and plan for them in our budget. For example, I know I want to buy Christmas gifts, so I start saving a little bit every month for them starting in January. I also know I want to take at least a small vacation every year, so I save for that too. All right, so what did I forget in this list? What did you forget to budget when you were new to budgeting? Leave a comment down below so we can all help everyone else as they plan their new budgets. And next up, check out that video about my top 10 reasons why I think YNAB is the best budgeting tool.